got the camera all set up. It was very, very sunny in the conservatory, so I thought to save any shadows, I'll go outside and do it out there. And as soon as I got everything set up, the clouds have come over a bit and it's now a bit hazy. We are due some thunderstorms, so I'm hoping to get this filming done before the thunderstorms come in. So fingers crossed. Here we go. The plane's gone, so we can have a little start. And we're going to start off with our usual stretch up to begin this workout this week. Putting our shoulders down, having a lovely reach and pull down, then bend our knees and take our usual curl and come up. Keeping your feet hip width apart, have a lovely pull up, shoulders back and down, lift up through your ribs and your body. Pull your arms down, soften your knees and then lengthen your spine, down, down, down. Weight going through both feet equally and come up, come up, come up. Lovely. Reach out to the side and just take some little rib presses from side to side, just gently to start off with. Good. And then reach up overhead and take some rib stretches up here. Not pushing too far yet, just easing everything through, getting everything working. Whatever you've been doing, if you've just got up or you've had a long day at work, just easing things out and then ease back down and back down. Just take a little soft knee and let's just relax through the arms. Have a few swings across, not relaxing or letting anything go through the core, just beginning to think about toning those tummy muscles, keeping your bottom in underneath you, keeping your back lifted, your ribs lifted, shoulders down, and then leave them out here. Good. Just circle the right arm and leave it there. Left arm and there. Right arm and there. Just loosening through your shoulders and then quick and quick and quick and quick and quick, quick, quick. Carrying on the swinging theme, we did this a few weeks ago. I don't think we did this last week, my memory's a bit shocking. And we're just passing through, brushing our thighs, letting our arms feel long and heavy but lifting up through our body. Lovely. And just bring the arms back down. Good. Just take a little pull forward through the shoulders, back through the middle and a little squeeze back. So they're not lifting, they're just rolling in, back through the middle, rolling back. Roll your shoulders forward, take them to the middle, roll them back. So make it one long movement now and back. Keeping your body as steady as you can. Feel your shoulders broadening out, widening across the back there, and then your chest widens here. So the back bit of your shoulders widens, the front bit of your chest widens there. In and out and in and out. Have a little shake through. Good. Release your feet now and just take some alternate knee lifts. Toning through that tummy now a little bit more now we're warming up. Lifting up through, keep your shoulders back and down. And then just tap and take your arms up. Tap your knee. Tap and tap and tap and tap. Now clap underneath, down underneath, down underneath, down and down and down and down and down. Tap your knee again, tap and tap and tap. You can tap both arms or just one, but we're going to lift them both up and tap and then clap underneath, underneath. Good. So far we're getting everything nice and loose. Down, down, down. Lovely. Just point in front, point in front, point and point. Heel down, heel. Just loosening through, warming up those leg muscles. Point again. Point and point and point and heel down and down and down and down. Good. Knees out to the side, up and up and up. 4 of those and then take behind, 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 behind. 4 out to the diagonal, 2 and 3 and then behind, bit like a curtsy. Behind, behind. Again with those, up and up and up and up and behind, behind, behind and behind. Good. Take your legs out wide. Let's take some knee bends, keeping your bottom in and down. Oh, I did some exercises last night. I can feel it through my inner thighs this morning. Down, down. Now let the bottom go out. Down, up. Keep your chest lifted. Keep your shins back as always. The weight going through both feet equally. Bottom in, down for 8, 2, 3, and 4 and 5, bottom in, and 7. Tummy tone, now bottom out, chest lifted, look straight ahead at your screen. If your screen is up higher than you, don't look up. I did forget to mention about making sure you had enough space, but I think you all know that by now. Lovely, and down. I just want to mention we do have a few new members to the weekly workout this week, so I hope you're enjoying it so far. And let's just take a stretch out. This is where you need to check you've got room to stretch out. Sometimes we know we've got room just to move from side to side, but the minute we bring movements like this in, it goes a bit to pot. Lovely, get it down and up going now, a bit more serious through the down and up. Bottom goes in, we don't want it out here. Body upright, shoulders back. Push both arms across and push them up and up. So across at shoulder level and then still on a diagonal but up. Cross and still get a deep down and up, across and down, up, good. Bend both knees, making sure your shins are back. So push down through your heels, but make sure your toes are on the floor too. We're going to curl down to the floor, tucking everything in. Stretch up, take a rib and a rib. 2 to the floor, down, 2, stretch, up, rib and rib, and down. 2, stretch, up, rib and rib. Good, down. 2, everything in, don't push your hips forward, keep them back underneath you. Down, and lift, and lift. Good, bring everything back in, just walk on the spot, working through your whole foot. And if you want to, we're just going to take a little jog now to get the heart going a little bit in this warm-up, but you can carry on walking if you'd rather, that's absolutely fine. Good, back to a walk again. There's a hard bit underneath my mat there, I don't know what that is. And then back into a run if you want to, or keep a walk going if you'd rather. Lovely, good, excellent. Keep that going, good. Take your feet out wide, take your arms up high, pull your arms down and up, and bend at the same time. Down, bend, down, bend, down, bend, down, bend. Lovely, stay here to come in, out, shoulders back and down, tummy toned, ribs up. So you may have noticed we're still sort of getting everything ready for weight work, but we're not warming up anymore. This is just a bit more serious stuff happening now. Tummy toned, bottom in. None of these exercises should hurt your lower back. If they do, it may be your posture is out. So check your bottom is down and underneath you, your tummy is up and in, and your ribs are back. Good. Up. Now go a bit deeper. Up. And stretch a bit higher. And let's do 4 more. 1, down, 2. Keep your baby toes in the floor, on the floor. And I've totally lost count. Now let's do 1 more. Let's stay down here, press down through here, check your shins are back, in, out, in, out, in, out. Keep going, and in, out, lovely. Keep it here. This time come down, stretch out, down, out, bottom in, keep going and down, up, down. We're going to go back to the bottom out bends now, and we're going to bring our arms up to our ear. We do this a few times. Take your bottom out, but keep your chest up, and down, and bottom out, and bottom out, and bottom out. Good. Bring everything back in. Pick up the weights you like to use, so whether they're the 1Ks or the 1.5s. You might have even got slightly heavier. I feel 1.5 is quite often enough for the work we do. Have your feet facing forward, your toes pointing forward, and your feet just a little bit wider than your hips. I'm just going to turn around so you can see what's happening. We're just going to go down with a bent knee as far as you want to and ease back up. This is about stretching through the glutes, through the hamstrings, but it's more about working your back. So keep your legs steady with a slight knee bend, and let your body take itself down. So your back is working hard, your tummy muscles are shortening, and then your back muscles are shortening on the way up. Keep going, down, and down, roll up, roll up. Listen to your own body and go as far as your body wants you to. And the wind has picked up now as well. The reason for doing this outside today was because there was hardly any breeze. And the wind has picked up now, so hopefully you won't have too much noise on the mic. I've tried to shelter the camera for you. But you might hear the creaky washing line in the background with the last bits of washing for the day on. But it's like noises from home, isn't it? And up. Hold it here, take your feet a little bit wider. Beginning to work through the side core now. Draw your shoulders back and down and lift up through your body. Let's take 2 presses here to get us going, 2 here. So use these simple waist bends just to check that everything's in its right place. Again, you shouldn't feel it in your lower back at all. And you're just easing over, warming up these muscles. Then when you feel they're ready, just ease over a little bit further. Push down with the down weight and pull up with the other one. And in fact, you can push it out a little bit as well with that down one. And it just stops. We don't want to collapse in the ribs. We want to keep the ribs up, but we want a nice stretch through. And down, and down. Lift and lift. Let's make it more punchy now. Over and over. Your tummies are toned, of course. Shoulders are back and down. Lovely. Don't have a little think about the positioning of your head. Just let it relax and go with the movement. Trying not to stick your chin forward. The only place you should feel things really, really working are your side muscles and perhaps your arms as they come up. Everything else should be fairly comfy here. A little softness through the knees. Lovely. And come up to just your elbows just a little bit lower than shoulder level and your weights level with your chest. To squeeze back, push and push. Squeeze back, forward, push and push. Squeeze back and push across, squeeze back. Don't let them come down here, that's cheating. Keep them up high, back, but don't let your shoulders creep up. We don't want your shoulders up here. Keep those down and down. So a squeeze back. Check where your elbows are, don't let them drop. Back and push and push and back. Keep your hips nice and steady so you begin to rotate through your side muscles, but your arms are working hard. You can feel it stretching and working through your shoulders. Lovely. And pull. And pull. Stay here. Take it down a little bit. Keep your elbows tucked in to do our rotator cuff moves. Check you haven't pushed back through your hamstrings. And we're going to stay here and do quite a lot of these. And in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out. Toning through, working those little groups of muscles that are underneath your big shoulder muscles, big upper arm muscles. The rotator cuff, work underneath those. They need strengthening, otherwise the other big boys just take over all the time. And in, out and in, out, in, out and in. Good. Take your feet a bit wider, turn your toes out, put your weights overhead and have your fingertips pointing forward. Do a deep knee bend with our bottom in as we were doing in our warm-up, and bring your weights down to square arms and up and down and up, down and up and down. Now bring your elbows all the way down. Don't lock your elbows right up on the overhead. Keep them a little bit bent when you get there, so we don't want the elbow joint flinging out straight. Your bottom is in. So take a few where you focus on getting a lovely deep squat, lovely deep knee bend, and then focus on some where you think about your arms pulling down, pushing up, down, up, down and up, down and up. Stay here. Turn your fingertips towards each other. Very little movement, just go out to a high V, keeping your elbows a little bit bent. You'll probably find you have one arm that likes this more than the other, so think about the weaker one most. Keep your tummy in, keep your bottom underneath you. Lovely, and out and in. Bring them down, fingertips to your side. Good. We're going to lift up one side, up the other side, in front, and in front, side, out and out. Up, keeping our body as steady as we can. Up and up. Forward, forward, out and out, forward, We're going to take a lunge to the same side and lunge, and then both knees down and down. Push through. You might want to lengthen your stride, have a little play around with it, tummy tucked in, out. Keep your knees back, keep your shins back, not your knees, and down and up and out, and out and down, up, down. One more, lift and lunge and up and up. Good. Turn to face one side, so you have your front knee bent and your back leg behind you. Tuck your heel round so you're not sort of turning your toes in. Make sure you're not pushing that shin forward. Keep everything back so you're just pushing down. Back heel off the floor, weights out to do our favourite one, down, up. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring the arms in, out, and then you don't know what to think about first, whether your arms are aching more than your legs or your legs are aching more. Remember, don't push your weight forward over the front foot. Keep that shin back as far as you can. Push down through your heel as you bend. Down, up. Keeping your core together as well if you can. And down, up, down. Have a little spin around. So now, hopefully you've got the other leg bent in front. Check where your back leg needs to be to facilitate you going down without pushing your shin forward. Take a few without the weights. Down, down, up. Think about your core. Tuck your chin back a little bit and then bring in your weights up. If you find you can't do it with the weights, just hold the weights down by your side. Again, as always, you don't need any weights to do these exercises. They are good without weights, they're just even slightly better if you have a bit of weight, bit of resistance. Good for muscle toning and good for our bone density too. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and come through. And have a little breather there. Well done. Okay, so for our next little group of movements, I just want to show you one of the moves we're going to do. I'll do it sideways for you to start off with. We're just going to bend our knees and we're going to take our hollow and tuck under, keeping our tummy toned all the way through 4 times. Finish on the 4th one, don't go back. Squeeze your elbows towards each other with your shoulders down. Ease forward, looking straight ahead of you on the floor in front. Don't look up, don't look right down, so look straight ahead. So your neck is the same face as your, same line as your back. Pull up through here, not to make an arch there, but just so that it's not going down with gravity. Press down through for a few counts, and then we're going to reach to the outer side of the baby toe, keeping our tummy toned, and reaching through, taking the other hand up behind you. Okay, so just have a little shake out. So you should feel a stretch down through the back of the glutes again. We're going to work on that stretch to get straightish legs by the time we finish, but not straight away. And we're going to start off working our waists and our legs going across us a little bit. So our first move is going to take an elbow and a knee towards each other, stretching both out 4 times. We're then going to stretch over and down and over and down and over and down and over. Let's do that one again. Bring everything up to go across, stretch, across and across and across. Now stretch up, and pull down, up and pull down, up and down. And now we're going to do it on the other side. So bring that leg in to go across, out, cross, out, cross, out, up and down, up, pull down, up, pull down, up. That side again, so bring the elbow to the knee. You need strong core to keep everything on balance. 3 and 4 and up, down, up and down, up and bend both times, up and up. Into the hollow and tuck, bring your legs in a little bit. Soft knees but not too bent. Hollow in, hollow in. Keeping everything toned, hollow in. Stay out on that hollow, draw your elbows back to go forward. Press, 2, 3 and 4, stay there, 5, 6, 7 and 8, reach, cross and across, reach and down, down down and down. Slowly uncurl up. Ready to start the whole thing again. Cross, stretch. May have got my arms and legs muddled up, but we'll do it twice on each side anyway. Good. Stretch up, pull down, up and pull down. Check your standing position is good. Over and again. In, keep your core strong. Lovely. In, stretch and reach, pull down. Reach, pull down. Reach, pull down. Reach other side, pull in, stretch, in, stretch, in, stretch, in, stretch, over and pull down, over and pull down, over and down, over and down. Again, I can't remember how many times we've done it on this side, so we'll do it one more, it won't hurt. In and stretch. I get carried away with my thoughts when I'm doing this. And down. Check you're in a nice sideways line, tummy toned. Good. Bring the feet in a little bit. Bend your knees just a fraction. Arch and pull in. Keeping your tummy toned even on the arch. Arch and in. Arch, shoulders back. Ease forward. Flattish back. Stay here. Press. Tummy's toned but not pulled up. Lovely. And just reach. And then stretch the other arm across to the opposite bottom cheek. Around. Now push that hand a little bit further away. Weight forward, not back through your heels, reaching and reaching. Your tummy is toned. Round, round, and then come back up. Let's do the whole thing through one more time. So this leg, this arm, off we go. Cross, out, cross. Now a bit higher, a bit more punchy. Lovely, let's do a few more. In, up, in, up, in, up, in, up. Stretch and pull down. Keep your hips steady, don't let them go with you. Your body is only moving from your hips up, or from your top of your hips upwards, so your waist is bending both ways. Over and pull, over. Same arm and leg. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Keep it going. Down. Lovely. One more. Stretch. Over and pull down. Over. Keep that tummy toned. Over and down. Feel the waist now. It knows it's working hard. Over and down, over, but nothing's hurting in our lower back because our posture is perfect. Lovely. Other side. In and stretch, tummy toned, in and stretch. Strong leg, lift it up, cross your body, down and up, down and up. Go across and down, across and down, across, back, across and back. Good. Move in your waist, make it move, but don't let your hips go. Plant your feet firmly into the floor. Good. And let's do this side once more. In, up, in, up, in, up, in, up. I'm really having trouble with how many we've done this today. Lovely. Stretch overhead. I suppose it doesn't really matter as long as we're working out and we're having fun. That's the main thing. Over, down, over and down. Over and down, over and down. Good. Bring your feet in a little bit. Remember to do our arch and tucks. Arch in. Keep your shoulders up. Keep your body lifted. Arch and tuck. Arch. Stay there. Tummy toned. Reach forward. So you've got a tabletop flat back. If you want to stretch out, you can. Palms out, thumbs on top. So not round here. Out there. Press and press. Lovely. Now reach for the opposite side, and you can take that arm up if you want to, or you can carry on taking it across your bottom cheeks. Weight forward, not back, so we're not pushing back there. Everything's forward. Reach and reach and reach. Keep it going. Down and down. Stay down. Hopefully your legs are nearly straight. If they're not, just ease them to a straightish leg. Don't lock the hamstrings back, just straightish. Walk yourself into a downward dog. Have a lovely stretch here. Check that, not like me, you're not standing on your weights. Ease the heels down. Really good exercise to do if you've been doing a lot of walking or running in this lovely weather. And down. And then you can just bring everything down to kneeling, ready for the floor section. Well done. Okay, so we need some weights handy as you go down on the floor. I'm going to use Gree, again my 1.5k weights, one for each hand there ready. We don't need them just yet. So we're going to go back down, we're going to go down onto the floor, relaxing our shoulders into our mat or into your floor. Just thinking about our spine being in contact with the floor all the way down, but in a natural way. So we're not forcing anything down. We're thinking about the natural curves that are in our spine anyway. And we're just gently toning through the tummy, drawing down through the back of the ribs, but only very gently. Okay, we're going to first of all just take a moment to think about our pelvic floor. I was reading, I think there was something on Facebook recently, and I thought, yeah, we talk about pelvic floor all the time. So just take a moment in your own time just to pull up through the pelvic floor. So it just feels as if you're drawing up through the pelvic floor, up towards your tummy button, and then release off. Draw up through. If it helps, just tone through the tummy a little bit more at the same time, but you should be able to do it independently. Draw up through and relax off. You shouldn't be able to see anything else happening unless you've decided to add the tummy in because you feel it a little bit easier. If you find it really hard, imagine drawing up through everything down there. So just pull everything up and then release off. And then gradually, when you find those muscles to pull up and release off, you can just isolate it to the pelvic floor. Lovely. And release off. You shouldn't hold your breath. And really, in an ideal world, nobody would know that you were doing any exercises when you exercise your pelvic floor in that way. To carry on the theme, a movement we've done before, just pull your feet in quite close to your bottom, tuck in strongly so that your coccyx comes off the floor a little bit, relax through your shoulders, and just push up and down, curling your spine up and down. I'm sure the floor in this conservatory sort of slopes downwards. I always feel a little bit unbalanced when I'm here. I know I'm unbalanced anyway, before anyone says, but I always feel like I'm sliding slightly downwards in a sideways way. Anyway, that's not for you to worry about. We're just going up and down here, drawing our tummy in through here, and as we put our spine back down on the floor, we're rolling it back down. We're making sure we're not putting our coccyx back down on the floor. That can stay off. Just going down and up gently. And if you can, think about, as you draw up, just tone through your glutes and draw up through your pelvic floor. So glutes, pelvic floor, release, release. Glutes and pelvic floor, and down, down. Make sure you haven't hunched up in your shoulders. You're only going as far as your shoulder blades. We're not going any higher. Good. Lovely. Excellent. And go back down. Just stay down for now. Take your feet out a little bit further away from you. We're going to put our hands on our thighs, tucking a tennis ball under our chin and keeping our shoulders relaxed. We're going to reach twice for that knee, twice for that knee, up, 2, 3, curl back down. Twice for one knee, twice over to the other knee, 3 up to the middle, 3, come down. Good. Again, up, 2, and up, and 2. Both together, 2, 3, and down. Again, up. Now all the time we're doing these, our shoulders are back and down, our tummy's pulled in, and we're not holding our breath. Again, 1. We've got a tennis ball under our chin. Lovely. Middle, 2, 3, and down. Now I don't know about you, by the time I've done those sorts of exercises a few times, I can just start to feel tension in the back of my neck, even though I've got my head in a good position. You can just feel it. So I always think it's a good idea to stop doing those then. We'll come back to them in a minute, you'll be glad to know. And we're just going to work our legs. So for a moment we're going to revisit our scissor legs that we do quite a lot, keeping our back down, tummy nice and flat as you do them, thinking all the time about not letting your lower back arch in any way, keeping it down, keeping the body steady, taking a normal breathing pattern. And remember, you can do tippy toes on the floor, bringing your thighs right in if you'd rather, or if you're quite good you can stretch right out, or you can do anything in between just to make it a little bit easier for yourself as you go. Good. Excellent. Pop the feet back down, tuck everything in, tennis ball back under your chin, and we're ready to do our reaching. 1 and 2. And if you're reaching your knee quite easily, slide your feet out a little bit. 2, 3, and down. Up and 2, over the other side, and reach. Don't make it lazy. Really reach up, really work your core, and down. Again, 2, and up, and 3 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, last time. 1. Now don't overdo this, as I say, if it strains at the back of your neck, just stop. 1 and 2 and 3 and down. Now scissor legs, so make sure you're still tucked in. 1 and reach. Remember, just go to here, pulling your thighs right in onto your chest if you can, or extending your leg right out. Another alternative is you can slide your leg out along the floor if you'd rather. But I'm not tense in my upper body. I'm toned through my abdominals to do this properly. I'm not letting my abdominals bulge, hopefully. You've probably got a good view of that from here, but I'm trying not to let them bulge. And then I'm just relaxing down and down. I'm going to have my feet fairly close to my bottom, strong tuck under to do our hip lift again. Thinking glutes and pelvic floor, release. Glutes and release. Think glute toning and down and lift and down. There should be no tension in the upper body at all. You're keeping your tummy toned, so your tummy button isn't sticking up. Your hips are leading the way. Up and down. Up and down. Stay up this time. So pushing your weight down through your shoulder blades, through the soles of your feet equally. Just do little pumps down and up without touching the floor in between now. Thinking about your glutes doing the work to lift you up and toning the glutes. Thinking about pelvic floor work too if you can. It's quite a lot for the brain to think about everything at the same time. I'd rather you had a good tummy and back position than thinking about the added extras. Lovely. I've got to keep my eyes closed. The sun has just come into the wrong position. And ease back down and ease back down. Lovely. Good. Just slide your right leg out in front of you and take your left arm over your head. If that's not very comfy, you can take your arm into a square position if I show you on this side. So either have an arm here or have it back there if you can. So we've got the opposite arm and leg straight, and we're just going to bring them up to meet each other, keeping our tummy down and up and down. I'm hoping actually you can still see my toe, because I didn't check that before I started filming. And up, I think you can. And up and down. Keep your body as steady as you can. Keep your tummy muscles beautifully toned. Lovely. Now stretch your heel. It's hard not to stretch your wrist at the same time. Feel that stretch down the back of your ankle, over your heel, and also making your hamstrings stretch a little bit too. And close those in. Stretch out the other side now. Pointed toe to start off with. Don't let your hip drop, so make sure your hips are still the same, are still beside each other. The temptation is to push that leg out and the hip drops, but try not to. Keeping your shoulders down. Remember, don't have your arm over your head if that's not a comfy position. You can take it up to your leg from the side. It's up to you, but if you can, it's lovely for the shoulders to reach out. Good strength work for the arms. And then stretch your heel gently when you feel you can. Don't forget about your abdominals, keep them toned. I just felt I had to give a little extra tone there on mine to stop them lifting up, stop my lower back coming up, especially when you go down. This is the position where they want to lift off, when you're going down. So it's toning. This is really good for toning the flattening muscles. So toning your tummy in a flattening way. This is lovely. Good. Pop everything down and in. Pick up the weights you've got beside you now. Lovely. And we're going to take them up overhead just above your chest. And we're just going to open and in and open. Keeping everything steady. Open and in. If you don't have weights, that's absolutely fine. You can do it just with, if you clench your fists and make your arms nice and strong. So we're doing this with, we're sort of being really deliberate and strong here. With or without weights, feel the resistance. Pull down, push back up. Pull down, push back up. Stay here for a moment, lift your legs up, you don't need to have them straight. Try and have your thighs at 90 degree or perpendicular to your body, and we're going to open everything and in. So your arms, I would imagine, and I think, that your arms will go further than your legs, but you never know. Maybe some of you whose legs go further, but I'm thinking not. And just go out and in. Oh, I just got a cramp in my calf, so I'm going to straighten my legs and in. Don't know, I probably haven't drunk enough water today. You can keep your legs a little bit bent, or you can straighten them like mine if you want to. And out and in, out. And bend if you want to. Lovely. So have a little choose now, whether you want to do straight legs or bent legs, it's up to you. Pull the toes back towards you and do a few pointing as well, completely up to you. But keep everything under control. Keep your lower back on the floor. And if I keep talking long enough, we'll get lots done, and you can feel that working your arms with the weights, but also working across your chest to heave-ho back up, and your shoulders as well. Lovely. Bring everything down, push up, down, push up. Stretch the feet. So again, do a combination, coming down to your chest. The sort of knees aren't coming into your chest, but the weights are coming down to your chest. I'm pushing up, down, up, down. Pop the weights down. Finish with a few little scissor legs. And out, 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 and push, push, push. Keep that going, going. Lovely. And to finally finish it off, we're going to go back to the first tummy movement. So hands on your thighs, feet slid out a little bit further away from you now. Tennis ball under your chin. 2 up here, 2 up there, 3 in the middle, 1, and reach, curl down, curl up, 2 and up, 2 and for 3, tummy pull down, shoulders back and down, tennis ball under your chin and stretch. Now you shouldn't feel this in your lower back, but if you do, please stop and just private message me and I'll have a look and have a chat with you about it. Up and press, 2, 3, come down, have a stretch up with your arms, open wide, check you've got room, close up, bring them down, bring your knees in onto your chest, have a little hug in, lift your coccyx off the floor, have a little rock from side to side. This would be a good time to add in the Better Backs video and the good old plank challenge if you want to have a little go at that. If not, just come to sitting up and we'll carry on cooling down. Well done. So, as it's a beautiful sunny afternoon here, the sun has come back out, I am going to do a lovely stretch sitting on the floor. So just have your feet in front of you. To start off with, you can relax back on your hands, but we're going to zip up through the core even though we're leaning back, and shoulders are going to be down. And we're just going to stretch one leg out and in and the other out and in. Out and in and out. And then pull your toes back out and in, out. And then take both out and leave them there. Good. Come to sitting up on your mat. Pull your toes back towards you and just have a little stretch forward. Stretching down the backs of your legs. Now you may reach your knees, you may reach your shins, you may be able to get as far as your toes. Stretch your own body. Don't worry where you're going. And then just try and go a little bit further and a little bit further. Lovely. And release off. Bring the knees in and just relax forward over your knees, putting your tummy in as far as it will go and lengthening your spine here. Reaching all the way down to your toes, pulling them back towards you and then putting them down on the floor and then back towards you and down on the floor. Good. Stretch out again. Have one leg bent and one straight now. The straight leg side, lift your arm, hold on to your knee and have a little press over, have a little stretch through and come down and then swap over, lift up through your body, stretch over, lovely, and come back down, beautiful. Now have both knees a little bit bent, hip width apart, stretch your arms forward, pull back through your tummy, so feel as if you've got a concave tummy, so feel as if someone's just punched you in the tummy, but you're reaching forward through your arms, through your shoulders, and then draw them back up and sit up. Have a little squeeze in the shoulders, go forward, push the back of your fingers forward, and then do a swap and push your palms forward. Sit up, pull the arms back and back and back. Good. Just take one lot of fingertips on your shoulder, so these fingers on the shoulder, these on your elbow, sitting up as tall as you can. Again, listen to your own body, have a little stretch, and then swap over. Lovely. And then relax forward again, reaching down through, reaching down through. Lovely. Come up to sitting. Just reach out to the side. Have a final stretch. Feel tall through your body. Check your breathing is back under control. Ease down and relax. Ready to either tackle the day, relax into the evening, or whatever you've got planned after this workout. But well done, you've worked really hard. Don't forget, add in the better backs before you do the cool down and the plank challenge if you've been doing that, but cool down after you've done both of those things. Well done.